Hey BookTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer, and today I am answering questions for a book lover. So this isn't technically a tag, but the book lady kind of turned it into a tag and tagged me and wanted me to do this video. And I'm glad she did because the questions look really fun, so thanks for that. And I'll just jump right into the questions. Question 1, how do you organize your books? So my books, we only have one shelf right now. We actually have another shelf, but it's in our unfinished basement, and as soon as we finish our basement, I actually want to turn one of the rooms down there into a guest room / library and have a whole bunch of bookshelves down there. And we don't have enough books to fill it all up right now, but I do want to eventually have enough to fill up all of the shelves. But right now, I basically organize it kind of by genre / what I like. Question 2, do you lend books to your friends and families? I do usually lend books out. I don't actually do this a ton just because I don't have a lot of people asking me, but there are times when I do. The most common person I lend books to would be probably my mother-in-law. We live really close to my parents-in-law and we trade books quite a bit. But I'm not against borrowing books, and I'm also kind of the mindset that if you ever lend a book out and don't see it back, that you can always just buy another copy of that book, because unless it's a really special copy, in which case then I just wouldn't lend it out. I do have a couple books that are really special copies and I wouldn't lend those out, but the rest of my books, I don't really care. Question 3, have you ever bought the same book twice? Of course. There are quite a few books that I have had paperbacks of that I've gotten rid of and bought the hardcover for, because I personally really like hardcovers. They seem to last longer and they just look nicer. I also would not be against buying another edition of a book if I already had it, just because of how good the editions look. Like, I really want to buy all of the Harry Potter books because I only have one Harry Potter book right now, but I want to buy all of those, but I also want to buy the illustrated editions. I've also accidentally bought books twice, or we bought a book and then given it away as a gift and then bought another book. That happens a lot with Brandon Sanderson books for us because we really like Brandon Sanderson. Question 4, do you prefer hardcover, paperback, or trade copy? I prefer hardcover. I don't mind reading hardcover books. Some people I know prefer paperback just because it's so easy to open up and flip and everything. But I prefer hardcover just because they do stay better longer. I've bought brand new softcover books before, and then after one reading they just don't look brand new or nice anymore because the spines crinkle and different things, and I don't like that. I hate that. I want my books to stay really nice when I buy them, and so hardcover is usually what I go for. If they have it. Some books don't have a hardcover edition. Question 5, do you own any ARCs? I don't. I just got barely into BookTube not too long ago, and I haven't really done any ARCs yet. I wouldn't mind doing ARCs in the future at some point, but right now I just don't really do them. Question 6, do you own a library card? Yes, I do own a library card. I do use it a lot. Last year I mostly used it to borrow books from my 2 girls. We would go every week for story time because they love that, and then we would pick out books for them to borrow. This year I actually want to start using it more because I have specific books that I want to read, and I don't want to have to buy them all because I don't have that much money to buy them all, and so I will use the library, and I've actually already been using it a lot more this year, so I'm excited for that. I did use the library tons and tons when I was a teenager and a child, but since getting married, I actually since college, I haven't really used it as much. I think mostly because I started reading on my phone and reading books for school and just different things like that, so then I just didn't use the library as much. And the last question, what was the first real chapter book that you read? So I don't know what real chapter book means. Like, I remember reading Cam Jensen and those kinds of books, the books about like the girl that has the photographic memory and solves mysteries, and those are technically chapter books, but is that a real chapter book? I don't know. I think the first real grown-up chapter book I read was Harry Potter. There might have been more before that, but the first one I remember is Harry Potter, and that's really what got me crazy into reading and just realizing that I just absolutely loved books. And so that's yeah, I don't know what counts, but one of those books. Well, I am definitely a book lover, and it was fun to answer those questions because it's always fun to talk about yourself and books, and if you can do both in the same video, then why not? If you want to make a video answering these questions, then go ahead and do it. I'm not going to tag anyone, but thanks for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.